Hi, I'm Tucker. You're on my Tucker Comedy YouTube channel where I'm about to attempt something probably dumb. This is my first foray into like live streaming, trying to get those dollars any way I can. So what's going to happen is I'm going to do live commentary over all of these games. I have no idea what's going to happen. I am simming this game. I am not going to do anything but commentary. I'm going to do it like it's an actual broadcast of a baseball game. The broadcasting I've turned all the way down, so you won't hear the actual commentary over any of this. And we're just going to see what happens. And I'm going to do my best. I've never done this before. But welcome to the Cactus League Baseball, where the Milwaukee Brewers are taking on the San Diego Padres here in Cactus League action. A great day for baseball here in Arizona. Players are getting ready. They're stretching. They're talking to each other about, how spring training's been going so far. And we're ready for baseball. Freddie Peralta is going to be your starting pitcher here today. He hasn't started any games, but he did pitch in the game before when I was even doing this as a test earlier today. So a bold move by Craig Counsell. He's going to have this guy go back-to-back days in pitching in spring training in the second game. A very bold move here by him. And we have our leadoff batter coming up right now. Juan Lagares is going to take to the plate. And here comes Freddie Peralta with the first pitch. It's curveball outside, and we're underway here in Arizona. Freddie Peralta is looking to bounce back. He was kind of up and down within the system last year. He just needs to get his control and stay out of big innings early as he throws a fastball down and away for ball two. That's going to be the key. If he can stay out of trouble early, he can get through those first batters, he can really start rolling. Early in the season last year against the Reds, had that gem where he threw 8 strong, only gave up 1 hit. So there was a fastball up and away, 3-0. Not a great start for him here, 3-0, with Eric Hosmer on deck. The pitch is up for ball 4, so a 4-pitch walk. Not exactly the way you want to start here in spring training. But that's what spring training is for, to get these kinks out right away. Up next is Eric Hosmer. Powerful bat. This guy you got to watch out for. Had 22 home runs last year, 99 RBIs. It's a good stick from the left side, and after seeing just 4 pitches and all of them being balls, you know he's going to be sitting dead red on a piece of meat right up the middle. Throws in the pitch for the first strike of the game for Peralta. And changeup at the knees. One of the things that will happen a lot when I'm doing these broadcasts, as I said, I'm doing a test. Hopefully this is coming through all right. The volume of the game, the volume of what I have, everything sounds good. That's the main thing. It's a check swing, no swing. For a ball. Umpires tonight, behind the plate, we got Kenny Jansen over at first, Mike Fillmore, and I didn't have time to get the rest of them because MLB The Show does not feel that's necessary for me to know. Ball to come set, and here's the 1-1. Curveball in there for a strike, 1-2. Runner on first, no outs. Swing and a miss, strike 3. And down goes Hosmer. So we like to see out of Freddie Peralta, getting that fastball right down the middle. Hosmer just behind it. And he's 1 out. Tommy Pham steps up to the plate. Batting probably 2 for 3 spring training. It's only the second game for everybody as he takes a high pitch. 1-0. Oh. Did some magic with his bat there for a brief moment. But it looks like he's got it back in his hands and everything looks good as he chops one foul, 1-1. That's probably going to be the funnest thing about doing these broadcasts as we're testing it out here. You're going to see all the weird glitches that are going to happen, what kind of weird scenarios the players might put themselves in as Pham swings and a miss at a high fastball, 1-2. It's going to be interesting to see what they try to do. So I'm getting some feedback. The volume of the game could be a little less, which I can probably fix here in one of the settings. I'll probably do that in between the half inning here. There's a grounder over to second, double play opportunity. There's the pick, the throw, and that's a score 6-3 double play. Freddie Peralta works around the leadoff walk to end the inning. Kane, Holtz, and Yelich coming up here in the middle of the first. All right, so just some sounds here, if I can. So, game volume, music, sound effects. Take that down. Just the volume setting. Turn that down.
Ladies and gentlemen, your attention please.
All right, here we go. Let's go right here.
I don't know if that's helping at all, but we're just going to adjust some of these sounds. Hopefully, maybe there's some. There's only basic audio and video control, so there you go. All right, so we're going to apply those changes. We'll see how that sounds now. Sounds a little softer in the earphones for me as well, so I think we're good to go. Jonathan Lamet is going to be the pitcher here, starting out today. He has one strikeout, which means he's thrown already this season. He's thrown one inning. Once again, bold moves by both of these managers here, having their pitchers out there on back-to-back days. Lorenzo Cain, he's going to lead off here for the Brewers here in the bottom half of the first inning.
Lorenzo Cain.
Swing and a miss, strike one. 98 miles an hour. Lorenzo Cain won that long overdue Golden Glove last year, made some spectacular plays out in the field. So we got another viewer online. Thank you guys for whoever's joining. As Lorenzo Cain takes a swing and a miss, strike two. One of the things I'm going to try to do is I'm going to have the comments. Hopefully, if people are commenting, doing live commentary or chatting during the game, I'll try to answer your questions. Kind of like a real, like one of the radio broadcasts even. And swing and a miss, strike three. Cain goes down on 3 straight pitches. And this is the first strikeout for Lamet.
Not shortstop.
So yeah, the goal would be is like if people are chatting me, might be able to answer some questions, whether about baseball, other life's quandaries that one might have. Doesn't really matter. I'll answer all those questions. Maybe even do like, I was even thinking of like doing, you know, recommendations for lineup changes or sending people up and down during the season. I'm going to simulate the whole season. I will be doing the commentary over all these games as Brock Holt is now up to bat. Swing and miss on the first pitch. We got an 0-1 here. And takes one inside, 1-1. Brock Holt, I think, is going to be one of those guys that the Brewers are really excited to see this year. So takes the ball down low. Got him from in free agency, played for the Red Sox most of his career. And I'm about to blow up my speakers here if I don't do this right. But yeah, he was a very popular player, very good player in the Red Sox organization. A lot of people in Boston were hoping that he'd come back, but that is not the case. He's with the Brewers now as he fouls one back, 2-2. So I don't know. Someone I see I have a someone chatted me, but I just joined the. There we go. Thoughts on the new uniforms? I think the new uniforms are very sharp. They are really cool looking. You don't see them now because they're in the spring training ones that they have for all of. For spring training, they're going to be in this weird like blue-yellow deal as Holt takes ball 4 inside, and he'll be the first base runner for the Brewers today.
Batting third, the right fielder.
But going back to that classic logo is definitely the right move. I think that was the one uniform they wore. I think they just gradually started bringing that uniform back and that logo back, which is great to see. And I think the fans are really going to like it. And it's just another way to sell more merchandise. I already know that I have a ton of Brewer stuff. Now I'm going to have to get all the new stuff now. Curveball hangs in there, top of the zone for strike 1-1. But yeah, once the real games start, once we start simming the real games and they actually are wearing like the cream colors, they have like the grays that are going to be for the aways. I've been playing a little bit of the March to October where you get to see the regular season uniforms, and they look really good. So when they are going to be worn during actual games when the season gets going again, that's going to be really cool. And Yelich takes a curveball, hits him in the backside. That doesn't feel good. But he gets on base. We got runners at first and second here. Here in the bottom of the first inning. Up next, Keston Hiura. It's going to be his first full season with the Brewers. One of these young guys, their top prospects in their farm system last year and for the last few years. And now he's going to get that full season to see what he can really do. And that looks in the pitch. Outside, ball one. Drafted in 2017 from Southern California. Not a long time in the club system as he flies one to deep right. He's running back. He's going back. He's going back at the wall, and that's out of here for a home run. Keston Hiura, a 3-run dinger, and he has just put the Brewers on top here in the bottom of the first. It didn't get out by much, but it got out by enough. The Brewers have a 3-0 lead. You can see the showcast, as they call it here, all the way, dumping one into the bullpen area. It's a good piece of hitting by Hiura. You expect a lot out of him this year. Omar Narvaez. I'll learn how to say all these names eventually. Takes a strike, 0-1. Fans are still going crazy. Regardless of what time of the year it is, they're excited for baseball. Look at that crowd in the background. They're still cheering as if that ball is still heading out of the park. They should settle down. It's only the first inning. They need to pace themselves a little bit. As Narvaez bounces one to first. First base will step on the bag, and you have 2 outs.
Batting fifth, the left fielder, Avisail Garcia.
Avisail Garcia now up to bat here. Came over from Tampa Bay last season. Look at that menacing look on his face. He's ready to hit a baseball into the stratosphere. As he takes a curveball down for a strike. Yeah, the one thing that'll be fun is watching how the fans look in the background, any weird glitches. Ball one, 1-1.
1-1.
That's probably going to be the next funnest thing about doing all of this as well. Just seeing what happens and people that look like they're eating, not actually eating. Pop up to first base. He'll secure it for the final out of the inning. But a big 3-run blast by Keston Hiura puts the Brewers up 3-0 here after 1. Well, we're back. That's the nice thing about doing these simulations. You don't have to sit through a bunch of Gruber Law Office commercials or the same Dairy Queen commercials if you're watching it online like we were last year.
0-1's the count.
As Tatis swings and misses for strike 1. That'll be fun, too. Hopefully these games will last. They won't last as long as regular baseball games. That's probably a plus in all of this. Swing and a drive to center field. That's going to get down for a base hit. Tatis gives the Padres their first hit of the game. Good piece of hitting by their young player.
The third baseman, number 13, Manny.
Yes, the fans should be social distancing better. I agree, they probably could be, but this is in a world where the COVID-19 doesn't exist. So, what can you do? And now coming up to bat, we have Manny Machado. He's very familiar with Brewer fans for his performance in the NLCS in 2018. Stepping on Aguilar, getting the key hits. He takes a strike, 0-1. There's Craig Counsell giving some signs that I'm sure are really going to help out his catcher right now. A guy with a really weird head, kind of getting into the frame there as well. The 0-1 is fouled off. 0-2 to Machado here. Manny Machado signing that big contract right before the 2019 season. That's another one foul. I think it was for like $500 bajillion in like 40 years. So he'll be playing baseball until he's 80, essentially. That's what that means. Stretch and pitch. Swing, another foul off. I want this season to last way longer. Well, it probably will. This will actually happen. I think that's part of the whole thing. Is this season, no matter what happens, will happen. This will always be here. I'll do this until either I get bored or I just don't feel like doing it anymore. But I don't see, with all the quarantine and having to be in lockdown and all that stuff, as there's one in the dirt. Nice block there by the catcher. 2-2. I'll probably just keep doing this. Got to keep myself entertained somehow. The 2-2. Check swing. Didn't go. And that's going to be bringing the count full. We see one guy drinking something and not even convinced it's beer. Yeah, probably not beer, as Machado chases one up in the zone. And that's strike 3, swinging. The first out of the inning. Yep, going chasing. That's where Peralta's going to be the most effective. High fastballs. That is where he does his damage. When he made his debut on Mother's Day in 2018, that high fastball did him really well. And he had 13 strikeouts. That was a record for a debut. That one's fouled off for 0-1. Will Myers up the bat. Yep. When Freddie Peralta, he gets that pitch above the shoulders, around the shoulder area, kind of at the eyes. Just looks so good when it's coming in, but then once you kind of commit to it, you're going to be behind it. But when he lets them kind of float right at the belt or keeps it down in the zone, that's when he gets in trouble. And hitters can hit that pitch. There's that high fastball for swing and a miss. 1-2 here on Will Myers. 1-2 inside, ball 2. Again, the coach relaying some signals over to his third base coach, telling him some encouragement. Maybe that's what he was doing. The signal was just telling him how good he's doing at his job, and then claps to reaffirm that. Oh, a swing and a drive to left field. Back he goes, and that's going to be over the head of left fielder. But it's going to keep a run from coming in because Tatis had to make sure it was down. He's only going to get to third, but that's going to be a one-out double for Will Myers. Trying to keep track of what everyone's been doing as well, so I know what's coming up later. It's always good to know. I want to keep track of those things. If I'm doing commentary, I got to know what happened in previous at-bats. Brian Dozier takes a strike. Myers on second and third. 1 out. That's a curveball outside, 1-1. Brian Dozier, one of those journeymen. Seems like he's been all over the place in his career. The 1-1. Curveball down low, 2-1. Not the worst thing, putting him on now. Set up some forces around the infield. 2-1. Curveball on the ground. And picked up easy, get the out at first. A run will score, but the Brewers will be glad to trade an out for a run. And there's 2 out.
Batting it, the catcher, Francisco Mejia.
One thing I still got to figure out is how I can get lineups before they're posted, so I can kind of know what these are a little bit more quickly. Sometimes they'll do a little thing where you can hit R2 and then you can see what the lineups are. This is Francisco Mejia, batting in the 8-hole here today. Will Myers over at second. 2 outs here in the second. Curveball inside, ball 1. It's already up to 32 pitches. This will be pitch number 33 coming up here. And that's going to be outside for another ball. Yeah, I don't know what position Mejia plays. If I would have known that, I would have probably said the Padres, I don't know, outfielder. That sounds about right.
That's a ball.
Ball 3.
3 balls.
It's on the verge of losing another one here. Just gonna try to find a way to rein it in here a little bit. And there's a strike. Changeup on the outside corner. That's this inning. Already throwing 23 pitches this inning and pretty balanced on balls and strikes. That's not what you like to see even early on in a spring training game. And there's a swing and a drive. But Kane's going to camp underneath that one. Nice little gate. Brings it in, and that's going to be the third out of the inning. Well, the Padres drive in one off of the 2 hits. And after 1.5, we're still up 3-1. So Ryan Healy's going to lead off here for the Brewers. He's been playing first base for the Brewers. I have no idea who this guy is. Honestly, no idea. Must be some guy that's been in the minors. That's all I can tell you.
1-0.
Takes a curveball outside, 1-0. According to the little graphic there, he's acquired through via free agency in 2019. So, nice job, Ryan. Coming through for that free agency. 1-0 to Healy. Swing and a miss. Strike one. See that we have some comments coming through. Trying to get those on my chat. Some comments, but not coming through. So sorry about that. If you're responding and I'm not seeing your comments. I get to see 5, but that's it. Swing and a foul ball. 2-2 here on Healy. There's another comment. Got some more viewers. Welcome. And he takes a strike 3 looking curveball. Just drops in right there. The second strikeout for Lamet here in the game.
Batting it, the third baseman.
Yeah, if you just joined the stream because you saw me post about it on Twitter or on Facebook, I'm going to do live commentary over simmed games of Brewers baseball until baseball comes back. So it's almost like a threat in a way. It's almost like this is what will happen if I don't get actual baseball to go to or watch it on TV. I have to take things into my own hands. So I'm essentially, this could be considered like ransom. Like I will stop doing this once people, as Sogard drives one to center, but the center field is right there for the second out.
Batting ninth.
Yeah, I will keep doing this until baseball comes back because I got nothing else going on. I mean, I got work, and I'm working from home. I play video games. I figured, well, what people want right now is probably to watch baseball. The Brewers season was going to start here in less than a week. I was going to be there for opening day. Me and my wife were going, and then they pushed back the season. Don't even know when opening day is going to be. So we're doing this. As Peralta drives one to left field, back he goes, and he's going to be at the track and make the catch. And the pitcher's going to make a deep exhale after that one as the pitcher takes him deep for a 1-2-3 inning. After 2, Brewers 3, Padres 1.
Leading off with San Diego.
The opposing pitcher,
Dinelson
Lamet. He's going to lead off for the Padres. We'll see if he can take Peralta just as deep as he was just taken by the opposing pitcher. He is. He's going to take one to left, and that's going to drop in for a base hit. So the pitchers are raking. Misplayed by Garcia out there. But that'll just be a base hit for the pitcher.
The center fielder, 7, 1, Lagarde.
I'll bring up Lagarde, center fielder for the Padres. Took a walk in his first at bat. Only saw 4 pitches. All of them were balls. Runner on first. Nobody out here in the top of the third. He takes a curveball down for ball 1. See a lot of chat coming through still. Still aren't not able to see what some of these chats are, unfortunately. So hopefully I'm going to refresh my YouTube page and see what it looks like. Usually with PlayStation, when you broadcast, you can see chat along the side, but then everyone would see it. That wouldn't leave for a good broadcasting experience, so trying to keep that out of there as a swing and a miss for Large. 1-2 pitch. Curveball in the dirt. Oh, he's blocked, but runner's going to go. Throw down there, and he's going to be safe. So that'll be a wild pitch. On Peralta, and the pitcher not afraid to show off the wheels. A nice block. Kept it in front of him, but it just got out a little too far ahead of him. Oh, it's just, all right. So a lot of good encouragement from people. Or not. Maybe. That's going to get down for another base hit. And the runner at third, he's going to stay there. So back-to-back hits given up here by Peralta. And we got runners at the corners here in the third.
The first baseman.
So, yeah, I probably missed my calling. But that's fine. I will be, one of the things I will be doing this summer, I'll be the public announcer person. I guess that's the term for it, the PA announcer. Even though, well, I guess PA, it's public address. So yeah, PA announcer for the Wisconsin Woodchucks baseball team here in Wausau, where I live. So kind of get to do this, but just announcing batters and promotions and everything like that as Eric Hosmer comes to the plate here. 0 for 1, struck out in the first. And he drives one deep to right, and that sucker ain't coming back. That's off the San Diego studio sign. Great product placement for the great people at the San Diego studio who created this game. That's a 3-run dinger by Hosmer. And the Padres now have a 1-run lead here in the third. Hosmer not fooled by that pitch by Peralta. Smoked that thing. Look at that swing. All the frames in place for that one. He's going to admire his handiwork, because why not? You hit a ball into the stratosphere like that, man, you admire your handiwork. Set the bat right there, and you're off to first, and all the other bases for that matter.
Now back.
Tommy Pham steps in.
Tommy.
Base is now clear, and he fouls one off, 0-1. Looking to go up again, but it's going to be outside for a ball. Swing and a miss on the curveball. 1-2.
1-2.
Good change of pace there from Freddie Peralta. He's going to have to mix that in every once in a while. He's going to get behind in the count or anything like that. He's going to have to mix in some off speed. Otherwise, these hitters are going to sit dead red. And just like Hosmer did, he's going to smoke one into the cheap seats. Takes one outside. 2-2. The 2-2 from Peralta. Swing and a grounder. He gets the out at first with first out of the inning. So the thing is, like the way that they position people and they have like all these players, you don't have people like in regular spots. Like I was playing a game earlier and they had Orlando Arcia at third base, which he never plays third. They have this Healy guy playing first base. Never even heard of him. So there's a grounder. I know that's Hira. Here is their second baseman. Ride or die with him over there for the second out of the inning. So you just never know like where people are going to end up, and there's not like I said, there isn't like a lineup thing that I could look at. And I kind of want to make this so that it's not a longer process by like pausing and going into the menu and taking down lineups and putting together a real book and everything. Like I'm sort of trying to track it here, but that just seems like work then.
Nope.
And that's probably not the best way to go about it. As Machado takes one away, 1-0.
No, that's down.
90-mile-an-hour changeup. Just trying to calm down the young pitcher here. 2-0 on Peralta, or on Machado. Swing, grounder, gobbled up there at third, and he'll make the throw over to first for the final out of the inning. Well, Eric Hosmer belted one and 3-run dinger. And that is now giving Padres a 4-3 lead here as we head to the bottom of the third. Lorenzo Cain stepping up, struck out in the first. He's going to lead off the third here for the Brewers.
The center fielder, Lorenzo Cain.
As he takes one down. Lorenzo Cain, drafted in 2004. Drafted by the Brewers, in fact. And they traded him away to the Royals, part of that Zach Greinke deal right before the 2011 season. And then he re-signed back in 2018, coming back to the Brewers. And about a couple hours later, Christian Yelich was then on the team, and the rest was history. The 2-1 to Cain. Down and in. 3-1. Check swing, check down at first. He did not go, and that's going to be leadoff walk for Lorenzo Cain. So good at bat to start the third inning here. And that's what Lorenzo Cain's going to need to do here this season. If you take a look again in the show motion, that's a great wordplay. Comes through. Very good job of very abruptly stopping his hands with no momentum. Just like you can do in a video game. I'll bring up Brock Holt here. Walked back in the second. Scored on the Hira 3-run dinger. Let's take a ball up. We're going back to Cain. You know, he had an up and down season last year. He started in the leadoff spot, then by the end of the season he was batting around the 6-7 spot. And he just wasn't as patient at the plate as he was in 2018. He wasn't getting as on base as Brock Holt. Takes one to center field. And center field will make the play for out number one. And if Cain can get on base, he'll be back up in that leadoff spot. And that's what Fred Counsell wants him to be. Just be that good leadoff hitter. Set the table. You got Christian Yelich coming up behind you. You got Hira, who's going to have hopefully another good season. So if you can just get on base, that's going to be the key for Cain. He doesn't need to hit for power, he just needs to hit. As Christian Yelich steps in, takes the ball low to 1-0. And takes the ball straight. Up in the zone, 1-1. So Christian Yelich in this game, he does not have the contract extension in here. So I don't know if that's going to get like patched in later or what's going to happen. But Christian Yelich currently is just under contract for 2 seasons. As he swings and misses on fastball in the outside corner. 1-2. But one of the things you can do in MLB The Show is you can go in and you can extend players, and I even looked at that when I was starting this up. I was seeing what we could do, and you can't actually extend a guy unless it's his final year of the contract. As the ball boy is just gonna, stand there and see where that ball winds up. I'm not gonna be too concerned about going in, getting it, or anything. Unless it's right to him, he's not gonna do anything about it. That's what he's told everyone. He's told that to his supervisor as well. He said, unless that ball's hit at me, Bob, I'm not going for it. 2-2. Inside, full count. All right, see if Cain will be going on the pitch here. Try to stay out of a double play situation. Cain still has the wheels. He showed them off, tracking balls in the outfield, robbing home runs. He's still got the wheels. Here comes the 3-2. Swing and a foul. Count remains full. Swing and a line drive right back to the first baseman, and he's going to double up Cain, and that's how the third inning ends for the Brewers. So, quite unfortunate. End of 3.
Your attention, please. Now pitching for...
Fred Counsell's going to go to the bullpen here for the 4th inning. Adrian Hauser's going to take the mound. Pitched 35 games for the last year, 6-7 record. Came over at the trade deadline. That's Matt Veskursion, Mark DeRosa, Dan Plesac. They are definitely not the ones you're hearing during this game. You're hearing me. I'm Tucker. Tucker Comedy. On Twitter, Facebook, YouTube. It's my plug. As Will Myers steps in. 1-for-1 here in the game. As Adrian Hauser is set to work here in the top of the fourth. He starts out with curveball for ball one. Comes the 1-0 from Hauser. And brushes him inside. Curveball, 2-0. Adrian Hauser was a vital piece for the Brewers last year. Did an amazing job. He came into that starting rotation when Brandon Woodruff got hurt. Zach Davies wasn't as effective as he was to start the season. Freddie Peralta was kind of up and down. Corbin Burns wasn't where the Brewers wanted him to be either. As Myers, he pops one into center, but Kane's right there for out number one. So Adrian Hauser coming in, doing some starting pitching duty, and he took some games deep. He ate up some valuable innings for this Brewers pitching staff, and they needed it. Brian Dozier swings that one in the dirt, 0-1. He's going to be back in that rotation again this year, that is for sure. And hopefully he can eat up some innings like he did last year. This is a very young, very new, inexperienced bullpen, anchored by Corey Knebel, who's back after that Tommy John surgery. Josh Hader coming off another strong season, but now without some hiccups himself. As Dozier falls off the 0-2 pitch. So it's going to be important for these starters to get a little bit more into games. They don't have to go, as there's a little tapper right back to Hauser. He's going to gobble that one up, throw it over to first, and get the second out of the inning. So the one thing about this Brewers pitching staff is they don't go deep into innings, and a lot of that just has to do with Council's philosophy of just not letting guys go deep if they just don't have it for that day. You know, it's something that you can get away with every once in a while, but if you start having a lot of games back to back to back where your starting pitcher's only going 4 or 5 innings, it's going to put some wear and tear on your bullpen. And even though that they did expand the rosters to 26 guys, you can only have so many pitchers on your team now. There's a fastball high for 1-1. So that's why it's going to be very valuable. Get some more innings out of these starting pitchers. Smaia takes one down, 2-1. Swing and a miss, 2-2.
I got to count 2-2.
Get a great shot of the whatever this park is called. Date Palm Park, I believe, is the name of this place. I don't know. It won't matter after this game because we'll be just jumping into the regular season. Blocked in the dirt. Full count here now. And swing and a miss, strike 3. And that is going to be the third out. Forgot how many outs there were. It's the middle of the fourth. Padres still up 1.
Your attention, please. Now pitching for
Joey Lucchesi is going to be the new pitcher for the Padres.
Joey
Coming in here, bottom of the fourth, so both managers having the same strategy. Have a guy go 3, bring in the next guy. And leading off here in the fourth is Castanera. Hit the 3-run bomb back in the first inning. See what he can do here in the second at-bat of the game. And fans, they look pretty pumped to see her again. As he swings, hits one up the middle, tracking over, second baseman, back foot, throws and he gets him out. So 1 pitch, 1 out for Lucchesi here in the fourth. Nice play here by the second baseman. Like I said, don't know who this guy is. I'll probably get down to a system where I actually know who these position players are. And with spring training, you just never know either, because, you know, all these guys will be subbed out in about 1 or 2 innings. There's a good look at the opposing catcher for some reason. Lefty comes in. And a swing. Oh, a little bobble by the shortstop. Picks it up, but plenty of time to get the catcher, Navarez, for the second out. So 2 pitches, 2 outs here for Lucchesi. At this rate, yeah. Manager is like, yeah, this is a pretty easy game when you only throw 2 pitches, you get 2 outs. So hopefully Garcia will take a pitch here. It's usually the tendency when you know you're going up to the bat, and first guy's up to bat, they swing at 1 pitch, they get out. But it kind of puts you in a weird headspace though too. You know, playing ball myself, you know, you see the first guy go up there as he swings and fouls that one off for strike 1. You go up there and you're on deck, and if you're a guy who likes to swing at that first pitch and you see the first 2 guys go up there and they swing and they get out on 2 pitches, well, you don't want to be the guy that that ended the inning because there's only 3 pitches. So now you're up there, now you're taking a pitch, and then if that's a really good pitch that you would have smoked, now you're down 0-1. So it can be kind of a mind game for yourself when you're in that box. Here's the 1-1. It's inside for a ball 2.
2 balls, 1 strike. They count.
Can kind of ruin your approach to a certain extent, especially for one of those guys who's a first ball hitter. Swing and a miss, strike 2.
Count.
And the 2-2, swing and a miss, strike 3, and that will do it for the Brewers here in the 4th. Good inning by Lucchesi. Didn't throw many pitches. Didn't need to. Padres have the lead.
Ladies and gentlemen, your attention please.
Zach Brown enters the game for the Brewers.
Number 66.
All we know about him is that he's 6'1", 180 pounds, and he's 24 years old. That's all I got for you. And Bubba Derby is in the bullpen. You heard that right. Bubba Derby. That isn't a name that was just created because we needed to fill some roster spots by the good people at San Diego Studios. I don't know what is. Opposing pitcher, Lucchesi's going to take some swings here. That pitcher's got to get some cuts in spring training as well. He fouls that one back, 1-1. Definitely would send him back out there. If he doesn't go back out there, then this is just a waste for everybody's time. Takes a strike on the outside corner, 1-2. Yeah, no idea who this Zach Brown guy is. He could be real, could be fake. But we'll find out how he does. There's the stretch and that overhand delivery. And a swing and foul ball. We'll do it again here at 1-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. And the pitcher-on-pitcher crime there. Gets him on the high fastballs. Good mechanics, good velocity. No way another pitcher's going to touch that one. There's another angle of that strikeout as you look into the sun. And now bring up Lajars. He's 1 for 1. Takes one down for ball 1.
Ball 1, no strike.
Pops him up. Third baseman's there. And makes the catch. That's Sogard for the second out.
Now batting. The first
So,
baseman.
2 outs here. That'll bring up Eric Hosmer. He's 1 for 2. Hit the 3-run dinger. One in the 3rd inning. That massive shot that still hasn't come down yet. I'm giving you a quick little peek of the general direction he hit it as well. Let's see, grounds one to Hira. Gobbles that one up. Tosses over to first, and that will do it for the Padres in the 5th. Good inning by Zach Brown. Maybe he'll stick around. Maybe he'll get another one in him. We go to the bottom of the 5th.
Your attention, please. Now pitching.
All right,
for the Padres.
so we got a new pitcher. So that
Number 40.
Lucharis or whoever was pitching. Came in, just got a quick hit, taking an at-bat away from a position player who probably could use it a lot more than he could. So that's fun.
Leading off for the Brewers, the first baseman,
Ryan Healy's going to lead off for the Brewers here in the 5th inning. Playing first base. That's going to be a position that the Brewers are going to have to figure out this year. Got a lot of options. They got Healy here. They got Smoak. Ryan Braun can go over there and play as well if he needs to. So it's going to be a battle at first base. Let's see who kind of comes out of that race. Quantrill comes here for the 0-1. Check swing. Ball, 1-1.
1 ball, 1 strike.
Adrian Morjan, he's warming up, the lefty in the Padres bullpen. Looks like he's going to get a little work in today. Swing, foul ball. First base is going to be a big question for the Brewers this year. They traded away Jesus Aguilar last season. And then they lost Thames. They didn't sign him. They could have signed him back, but they let him go in free agency. He's now with the Washington Nationals. But first base was kind of a bummer for, as Healy takes one up the middle, and he's going to be out at first. So a big question mark at first base. Didn't get enough production out of it last year. Thames
the third baseman,
didn't have quite the strong year as a lot of people had hoped. Aguilar didn't bring back the season that he had in 2018 when he was an all-star, and that was a shame. Aguilar had a lot of good pop in 2018. He helped the Brewers win a lot of games, and then in 2019, his approach just looked different. He just didn't have the approach that he did in 2018, and ultimately led to him splitting time with Thames over at first, and then ultimately getting traded near the deadline to Tampa Bay. Eric Sogard is in there. He's at 2-0. Sogard, good utility infielder. They'll put him anywhere. He's playing third base today, but he can play a little second. That's where he played mostly in his first tour with the Brewers. He fouls that one off to left field, 2-1. Sogard's got those signature stylish glasses there. He takes one down, but for a strike, 2-2. Calls another one back. Hanging in there tough. Umpire showing off his arm. Throwing the ball back there to the pitcher. Gotta get loose too. Swing, that's going to get down into the corner. Is it going to stay fair? It does not. Just foul. Would have been extra bases for Sogard. But the count remains 2-2. Inside, full count. Pitcher spot on deck. Guess we'll see a pitch hitter. About more than likely, knowing how this sim is going, Zach Brown will probably pitch. As Sogard chases one down and away for strike 3.
now batting, the pitcher, Zach Brown.
Just chase that changeup. It's a good pitch to throw after a guy smokes one on you, and Sogard knows it.
Please. Pinch hitting for the Brewers.
Ryan Braun's going to be pinch hitting here for Zach Brown here in the 5th. The veteran left fielder. Look at his cracks here. 2 out in the 5th. He takes one down. One ball. Ryan Braun, San Diego Padres. A lot of history there. Ryan Braun made his debut back in 2008. 2006, I'm sorry. 2006. In San Diego against these Padres. Had a home run in that first series. The rest was history from there. Quantrill comes in with the 2-0. It's outside for 3-0. Ron had a good year last year. Changed his swing up a little bit. Trying to work on that launch angle, which is all the rage with the kids nowadays. What angle can you hit that bat at and try to hit some more dingers? As Braun takes ball 4. And has a 2-out walk.
Now batting, the center fielder.
I'll bring up Lorenzo Cain. See what he can do in his 3rd plate appearance, if he is in fact going to hit. And he will be. walked in the third. Brewers looking for another hit. They have not gotten a hit since the Hira 3-run dinger back in the first. So we'll see if they can find a way to get some runners on base here. Scary takes the slider in there for strike one. I'm going to get a little running in here today as well. This is a regular pinch hit situation. Probably be pinch ran for a much speedier, younger man. As Kane drives one to left, but left fielder's right there for the third out of the inning. Well, Brewers get a base runner. Can't do anything else with it. And Padres still lead 4-3 after 5.
Ladies and gentlemen, your attention please.
Bubba Derby comes into the game. Look at this guy.
Bubba.
He's got a nice little goatee, a little bit of stubble going on. That's a look right there as Tommy Pham steps in for the Padres, 0 for 2 today.
Tommy.
We'll see what Bubba Derby has. I know nothing about this guy, but he's got a fastball, and it's in there for a strike, and that's what matters. Those strikes go a long way in this game. 0-1. The fastball down, 1-1. Well, I'm sure you guys have a lot of questions about some of the fans in the background. I know I do. Once we kind of get that view again, I'm pointing out some people that I'm a little concerned about. Like, look at this guy, like in these, right behind the batter here. There's like two really small people. I feel like they just scaled like actual adults to make them look like kids. And then that's what they went with. They just kind of shrunk them because they don't look like they fit in their seats very well. The girl that's next to him looks like she could definitely stand to eat a few more things. So she is deathly skinny. She either needs to get on like a weight program or something. But essentially what I'm saying is like their heads are just not proportional to their body whatsoever. They have heads of like normal people that you see around this park. And then the rest of their body is like shrunk. And I'm very concerned for them. That is for sure. So. Oh, and that's right. There's a game going on. Oh, got a little mistracked. Down to the fact, and that is out of here into the Brewers bullpen for Tommy Pham. Solo shot here in the 6th. And they'll extend the Padres' lead to 5-3. Quiet down this Brewers fan base here in Arizona. First home run of the spring for Tommy Pham. Got a pitch, took it the opposite way. Look at that, just keeping the hands back. And just going with the pitch. And these guys now, they have enough power, they can hit it in all directions. See, 362 feet right into Brewers bullpen. Shaking them up a little bit.
The bat.
For now, Tatis steps in. Takes a strike, 0-1.
0-1.
So a tough pitch, tough first batter for Bubba Derby, but we'll see how he bounces back here against Tatis, who's 1 for 2. A single and a run here. The 0-1. Swing and a miss, strike 2.
0-2.
Corbin Burns, Alex Claudio warming up for the Brewers here in the 6th. We'll probably see one of those guys here coming up in the next inning, or maybe in a situation here if the pitch count for Derby gets a little too high. The 0-2. Ball outside, 1-2. Yeah, a lot of concern about the looks of those two youngsters there. They have not gotten the new. One kid has the old school now. That's now considered old school. That's an old school Brewers jersey he's wearing, the brown one. As his pop-up, Sogard's going to run over and take it for out number 1. And then the girl that's sitting next to him, she's just a really big supporter of MLB The Show, which I would like to get one of those shirts. So if this becomes a thing, I want MLB The Show to send me some swag. I want that to happen. I think that is almost necessary if this becomes a thing. Hopefully it will be. That'd be fun. I'm going to do it whether people want it or not. That is for sure. All these games will then, after the broadcast, they go on YouTube. I can probably edit them down a little bit. Not maybe down, but maybe I can edit them to do some stuff with it. Maybe take out some of the before game and the after game and just get right down to the nitty-gritty of it all.
Nope.
Check swing, 1-1. Swing, fly ball. Cia's racing back. Kane's racing back. Who's going to get it? Kane's going to get it for the second out of the inning. There's that speed we were talking about earlier. Still able to track him down. Still has the range. Almost looks frustrated that he had to go do that. Well, everyone has to practice, and even you. I'll bring up Will Myers. Doubled in the second. 1 for 2 on the day. Derby, seeing if he can bounce back after that leadoff home run. See if he can get the next 3 guys. It's still a good momentum carrier for that young man. He's trying to make this team. Throws a ball on the outside corner, 1-0. That's the big thing about these spring training games. It's not necessarily about the overall performance, but what you can do with some of the situations. You know, a lot of the scouts, the coaches, front office people, they want to see what you can do after a leadoff home run. How do you bounce back? You gonna go after the next guys? You gonna throw scared? What are you gonna do? As that is another dinger, and Derby knows it. He's gonna hit that one over the high heat sign, and that is another solo home run. And the Padres take another run off of Derby. It's now 6-3. Will Myers, his first home run of the spring. And these Brewer fans, even though it's spring training, they are not happy. They are very frustrated. There's one Padres fan dancing in the background. Kind of duplicated there, but yep, just hung this one up to dry, and Will Myers says, thank you very much. I'm going to hit it into this wind farm over here. And just like certain birds in the Midwest, that ball is crushed into a wind farm. Hit it off the high heat sign. That's a good piece of it. There'll be a dent there. Scuffed paint even. Brian Dozier up to the plate. Takes a strike, 0-1.
0-1's the count.
Well, Derby giving up 2 home runs here in the 6th. He's sandwiched with 2 outs. Let's see if he can bounce back, get the out here, and get out of the inning.
1-1.
Curveball in the dirt, 1-1. There's a hot shot down the left field line, but foul. 1-2 on Dozier here. We play here in the 6th. Padres up 6-3. Change up on the outside, 2-2. So I've stopped doing like a book. I kind of forgot to do that because I have to keep talking, it feels like, as a swing and a miss. For the 3rd strike in the 3rd out of the inning. And Derby gets out of the inning, but not after giving up 2 solo shots to the Padres. After 5.5, Padres 6, Brewers 3.
Your attention, please. Now pitching for
Adrian Morjan is going to take the bump here for the Padres here in the bottom of the 6th.
Morejon.
He's going to face Holt here to lead off the inning. Holt's playing shortstop. Really should have known that going into that. Should have known he was making all those plays when he was making them earlier in the game. Brock Holt stepped in. The Brewers down 3 here in the bottom of the 6th. And that one lady seems to like that Brock Holt's batting. He takes the ball on the inside, 1-0. Perdomo, Drew Pomeranz, former Brewer, warming up in the Padres bullpen. We were talking about the crowd in the last half inning. Well, we'll continue doing that here with a little round of, hey, what's everyone eating back there? So we see one guy, well, he did have a pretzel for a split second, and now that's gone. There's a strike. Food disappearing and reappearing out of nowhere. Check out front row, yellow shirt guy. He had a pretzel, then it disappeared. He ate it so fast. 3-1 here on Holt. Yelich on deck. Looks like someone's got some nachos up in the 3rd row. Swing and a grounder, second base. Easy play there, and that'll be the first out of the inning for the Padres.
Now batting, right fielder.
I'll bring up Christian Yelich.
Yelich.
Hit by a pitch in the 1st. And do something else. He's 0 for 1. Lady came back with some nachos, and they disappeared. That's not good.
That's a ball.
Oh, no. Just go back and get
Count 1-0.
more nachos now, unless they magically appear here in the near term. But you set them down, they disappeared, and boy, that's how they get you at these ballparks nowadays. You set them down somewhere, and they just vanish out of nowhere. 1-1 here on Yelich. He's got a shiny chin. She set down her nachos, but she is intent on watching this at bat.
That's ball.
It's a ball up, 2-1.
Count is 2-1.
Swing, grounder, second base. Oh, he's not going to be able to make the play. And Yelich is going to reach on what might be an error, and it will be.
Up next for
So the Brewers get a base runner
the second
here in the
baseman,
sixth with one out.
Yura.
Just right off the heel of the glove. Tough play chasing in, running in like that. It's going to be a tough play regardless. Yelich runs well. I'll bring up Keston Hira. He has the only hit for the Brewers. That 3-run bomb back in the first inning. Takes a strike, 0-1. Well, the lady got her nachos back. That's good, as they check on Yelich over at first. That's good. She got her... Oh, and that guy's popcorn disappeared out of nowhere, so that's good. We're just getting magical food here. It's great. What a ballpark. Takes the ball in the outside corner, and I'll even it up at 1-1. Magical, magical food. All showing up here. The other thing, yeah, checking to see how long this has been streaming. It's been streaming about an hour now, so yeah, hopefully these last about I'd like to think like an hour, hour and a half would be a good time that these would last. It's a lot faster than a regular game. I think that's the main thing. Oh, there's a fly ball in the right field. Track it over and grab it, and that'll be out number 2 for the Brewers here in the 6th.
Now batting, the catcher, Omar Narvaez.
I'll bring up the catcher, Omar Narvaez. 0-for-2 here with 2 groundouts. Acquired by the Brewers in the offseason through Seattle. Looking for somebody who can kind of take that everyday catcher role like Yasmani Grandal had for the Brewers last year. And they think this is the guy who can do it. He takes a strike, 0-1. Reyes and Pena, they'll be the 2 catchers, more than likely on the roster. So checking on Yelich once again. It's the 0-1. Swing and foul ball. 0-2 on the Brewers catcher. The Brewers are going to have to piece it together this year. The 0-2 comes in, and now they fall off. You know what you got in Yelich? He can provide power, he can provide on base. But kind of question marks everywhere else. Swing, and shoots one over, and that's going to be caught by Machado. And that's going to do it for the Brewers in the 6th. They get a base runner, but they can't do anything with it. As we head to the 7th, Padres 6, Brewers 3. Yeah, throw that hat there. It's probably that helmet's fault. You're right.
Your attention, please. Now,
Alex Claudio is going to take the mound here for the Brewers here in the top of the 7th.
Alex
2-2 last year. 62
Claudio.
innings. 4.06 ERA. Situational lefty for the Brewers for the most part last year, but this year not going to be able to do that. All the relief pitchers have to face at least 3 batters, or they have to get to the end of the inning. So can't just come in for that one guy and leave. You got to go for the whole thing. Starts out with the ball 1-0.
0-1, no strike.
So there's no more loogies. The loogies are no more. Loogie, of course, your left-handed one-out getter.
2-0.
One-out guy. Kind of depends on who you ask. Mejia in here. The 2-0.
That's a ball.
Down low, 3-0.
Count 3-0.
Yeah, with that transition, going to having to face at least 3 batters, it's going to make lineups a lot more interesting. You're probably going to see a lot more every other batters because you're not going to want to stack a whole bunch of guys who are batting from the same side of the plate, and you know that's going to lead to right-handed pitcher coming in, and you kind of want to break that up with some alternate batters. So it's going to make lineups a little interesting. It's going to make bullpen management a lot more interesting.
Your attention, please.
We're going to have a pinch hitter coming in here for the Padres.
Number 10, Jurickson Profar.
Jurickson Profar is going to pinch hit here in the top of the 7th. For the leadoff walk, and he takes a changeup for a strike, 0-1. For the most part, for the Brewers, they didn't have a lot of guys who would just come in for one batter most of the time. You know, they would go extended innings, and you saw that with how Counsell manages his bullpen for the most part. He will let guys go multiple innings. You don't see that a lot in a lot of managers. They like to get guys in there and get them out as soon as they can, save them for other days, but
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Counsell likes using guys for more than one inning, and then he has a lot more at his disposal in case he does have to do that for other games. Claudio gets set for the 1-2. It's low, 2-2. Pitch. Calls that one off. Hang it in there tough. Claudio gives a little wiggle of the hands. Takes the runner at first. And here's the pitch. It's that one the other way to right field, and that's going to get down for a base hit. The runner will stay at second as Yelich gets it into the infield quick.
The center field.
So, tough start to the inning for Claudio. Gives up a leadoff walk, and now a base hit. Now bring back the top of the order. Let's see who comes up for the Padres. Nope, we're going to start getting the pitch hitting barrage as we get into the late innings of these spring training games. We're going to have a new guy pretty much every at-bat now, which will probably drag this out a little bit longer than we want. This is Breivik Valera. Right-hand batter coming in. Takes one low for a ball. Pitch hitting, I'm assuming those are last year. He was batting .234, had a home run, 6 RBIs, so not a bad option off the bench in these situations. Claudio hits one to Hira. Let's see if he'll be able to turn this one to Holt. There we go. So double play ball for Alex Claudio. And just like that, there's 2 outs here in the 7th.
Eric Hosmer.
Claudio got sinker ball pitcher. And just a nice little flip to Holt. Good strong throw over to first. And
Your
there's 2
attention,
outs,
please.
just like that.
Pinch hitting for the Padres. Number 22, Josh Naylor.
I'll bring up Josh Naylor, lefty. It's 2 outs in the top of the 7th. And grounds that one to Holt. Holt's coming in strong. Gets it over to first and just in time for the final out of the inning. So a couple base runners. That's not going to be a problem. Claudio gets out of the inning as we head to the stretch. Padres 6, Brewers 3.
Ladies and gentlemen, your attention, please.
All right, so let's do a little recap of where everyone went. Naylor, he's at first base.
Center field. Number 1.
And that's it. All right. Luis Perdomo is going to come in for the Padres on the pitch. He's already pitched 1 game this inning, 1 inning. There's 1 strikeout. And all those zeros mean did a pretty good job during that outing. There's Trent Grisham, former Brewer, going out to center field.
Pinch hitting.
Went over to the Padres and with Zach Greinke. That brought Luis Urias to the Brewers. The big trades of the offseason is Corey Ray is going to pinch hit here in the 7th. Corey Ray, another top prospect that the Brewers have, top outfield prospect that they're really excited about. Getting the chance here in spring training, see what he can do. Maybe make this roster.
Nope. Back inside.
He takes the ball inside, 1-1. Brewers haven't gotten a hit since the first inning. Here is home run, providing the runs and the hit for the Brewers in this game. Ray gets going to short. Taken by a shortstop, and they'll get the first out of the inning.
Now batting, The first baseman, Ryan Healy.
Ryan Healy steps back in for another at-bat. 0 for 2 here. He's got a strikeout and a ground out. And takes the fastball down the middle for strike 1.
The count.
That's a great thing about some of these spring training games. Get a little extended look at some of your players. You kind of know what you already got with Yelich and Kane and Braun. You know they're going to be there on opening day as Healy drives this one. The fielder's giving chase, and he's going to make the catch right against the wall for the second out. Great play. Not deterred by that wall at all. Says, I'll just go and get that ball. Don't worry about me. That's a nice play. Foul territory for the second out of the inning. Should bring up Eric Sogard. 0 for 2 on the game. There's the pitch. Side corner for strike 1. Sogard's seeing pretty good success, batting .500 against Perdomo here. Swings and chops one foul, 0-2. Inside,
Count
ball 1.
1 and 2.
I see someone in the background has a phone. It's always good to know that even in a video game baseball game, there's still people checking their phones at baseball games. As Sogard hits one to the second baseman, he's right there. Pulls him off the bag, but does get the tag. And that'll be the third out of the inning. Brewers go down in order in the 7th. Padres still up 3 as we head to the 8th.
Your attention, please. This change
Corey Ray's going to take over in left field.
Now playing lefty, number 78.
And
Corey
Consol's going to
Ray.
go and talk to the umpire about some pitching changes, some double switching going on here. Tavares is going to go check it out as well. As Corbin Burns is going to make an appearance here for the Brewers. Pitched 32 innings, had a very strong finish to the 2018 season. He was looking like he was going to be one of those cornerstone guys within the rotation, and then just had trouble putting guys away and had to go back down to the minors, try to work some stuff out, and he's going to give up a leadoff single on the first pitch of this day. So, but we'll see how he responds after this.
Now batting.
Brewers have given up a lot of base runners on those first batters. Hasn't hurt him too much for the most part. You know, some innings they got around a lot of those, and some innings, well, they didn't. But see how Burns bounces back here after that leadoff single. Franchi Cordero's in now. He's pinch hitting here, and he swings and misses for 0-1. Now, I don't know if those shades actually do anything. Like, they just don't look like they're helping in any way. Like, at least with Eric Sogard, you know those are probably like prescription or something. Like, these just look like it's just a bunch of plastic around your eyes just to emphasize how much sunlight should go in there. It's David Phelps and Brett Suter warming up in the bullpen. Here comes the 0-2. Strike 3, looking outside corner, painting a nice pitch there, right on that outside corner. Great framework there by Navarez back there. Get that one, yep, right on the corner. Umpire more than happy to go through this very fancy punch-out procedure.
Number 11, Ty France.
Warming up for the umpires too, you know. They want to get some practice. Maybe they got some new moves behind the plate that they want to try. You know, working on a new punch-out routine. There's a curveball inside, 1-0. 7,300 showing up here for this spring training game. Sad, though, that's going to be more than what the Marlins will see at most of their games this year. So, way to go, people in Arizona. Taking a trip, seeing a little baseball. Getting excited for the season, which will, in the video game, starts in a couple weeks, but in real life, will start in a couple days. 2-0. Will flare into right field. That's going to get down for a hit. That's going to advance the runner over to third, and there's going to be runners at the corners here with one out here in the 8th. So Corbin Burns getting into a little trouble again here. Fights that one off and posits that one into right field. A little jam shot. Make his way over and cut it off. We have another pinch hitter coming into the game for the Padres.
Austin Hedges.
It's the Austin Hedges. Need to hit here. Runners on the corner with one out. Swinging a foul ball. Heads up there on the right side. Apparently that protective netting that they were supposed to put up all over Major League Baseball didn't quite make it into this build of the game. They just... these people aren't technically real, though, so there's no real danger of any of them actually getting hurt, I guess, as Burns comes in and high with the pitch, 1-1. He's going to be low with that one, 2-1. Yeah, that's another big thing that happened over the offseason for Major League Baseball. They extended the protective netting that you see that goes all the way down. For the most part, I think it goes all the way down, almost halfway down the outfield lines. There's a ball, 3-1, which is a good move. Protect the fans. There's line drives, and you're just kind of incrementally taking steps to protect everyone on the field. You see the base coaches; they wear their helmets when they're out on the field. I know they're paying a lot more attention. There's a base hit to left field. That's going to score a run. And Padres extend the lead to 7-3. And they put up a little bit more netting behind the dugouts, protect the fans a little bit more, and then now we're at the point where the netting goes all the way almost down to the foul poles, and that's just going to be better. It's going to be a better fan experience. It's going to be better safety precautions, and it's going to be just make it a lot more easier for fans to not have to worry as more fans are. As we saw, there's ladies in the crowd of this game. Fictional people still looking at their phones during the game. So imagine, you're at a game, you're on your phone more than you're actually watching the game. You got a little protection just in case. If there's a pop-up that comes into your area, well, you have a little more time to react, and it's not going to be as devastating if it hits you. But with those liners, as the ball's jumping off the bat even harder and everything, is way in front of that one, 1-2. You have people. These players are just getting faster and faster and hitting the ball harder and harder, and it's gonna do some damage if you're not paying attention. So a lot of good precautions taken by Major League Baseball, all the clubs, as Dozier swings a slider way out of the zone for the second out of the inning.
Now batting.
Looked good out of the hand. He was sitting on something and just was committed too much to swinging, and no matter what the pitch was going to be, and he's down on strikes. It's going to bring up Mejia. He's 0 for 2. He takes a strike on the inside corner. 0-1. Pitch. 1-1. Yeah, I'm with you, guy. Second guy, the yellow Milwaukee Brewers shirt. He doesn't know what's going on either. Swinging a miss on the changeup inside, 1-2. He wants Corbin Burns to figure it out. This is a young guy. He's got a bright future in this organization. Everyone wants him to be successful, but you got to figure it out here. You got to do it here in spring training and prove you can make that 40-man roster. As it doesn't hit him, but does get by Tavares. That's going to advance the runners. I believe that's going to be a pass ball. That might have been a mix-up in signals there. Which, how does that happen in a video game? That seems weird. Here's the 2-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. And that'll do it for the Padres in the 8th. Padres tack on another run. And they extend their lead, 7-3.
Your attention, please. This game's defensively for the Padres.
Another round of letting everyone know where everyone's going to play. Cordero's at shortstop. Ty France is at third.
Left, number 5, Greg Garcia. Now in right.
Austin Hedges
number
8 in right field.
Austin Hedges.
It's like that one Bugs Bunny cartoon. Bugs Bunny, left field. Center field. Bugs Bunny, right field. Bugs Bunny.
Number 11, Ty Brent.
Getting in on the action.
Now catching number 21.
So the former Brewers is going to take the mound. Drew Pomerantz. Lefty came over and trade at the deadline from San Francisco.
Number 63, Jorge Ona.
Former Red Sox, former Giant, former Brewer now. Going to be that left-handed situational guy for the Padres like he was for the Brewers. And facing off against his old team, here's Luis Urias. A lot of upside on this guy. A lot of people excited about him, what he can bring. He's going to push Orlando Arcia for that shortstop position. Can also play a little second base, but got to figure when the opening day comes around, he's going to be the guy at short for this Brewers team. Just takes the ball on the outside, 1-1. Jose Castillo, lefties, and bullpen warming up now. Comes pitch from Pomerantz, and Urias fouls it off for 1-2. Here's the 1-2. Inside, 2-2. See, our shrunken grown man is now attempting to eat a hot dog, so that's nice. And takes an inside, called strike 3 for the first out of the inning. Just got that inside corner as you see it coming in, and get another look at it here. And that ball hitting the inside of that glove and then just spinning exactly where it needs to be into the glove to make it look really good in real time. Here comes Ben Gamel. He's going to pinch hit now. With one out here in the eighth. Swings and misses at that curve. 1-1. Brewers down 4, but the faithful, they're going to stick around. You never know. This is baseball. You never know when they could get that second hit of the game. Not on that ball, though. It's another swing and a miss. 0-2. Fans, they're just happy not to be in Wisconsin, where it's super cold right now, as Gamel lines one to the shortstop, and that'll be out number 2.
Now batting, shortstop, Rock. Hold. Your attention, please.
We're going to have another pinch hitter here. That's going to be Manny Pena, who's going to take a couple cracks up here. Pena will probably be the backup catcher. He'll probably split a lot of time with Navarez this season. Didn't get to play a lot last year. Not a lot of opportunities when you got Grandal, who's going to be back there every day for you. But this year, probably going to see a lot more plate appearances, a lot more time behind the plate. Swings and misses, 0-2. Pomerantz delivers with the 0-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3, and that'll do it for the Brewers here to close the 8th.
Your attention, please. This game's defensive.
Ben Gamel's going to go out to center field for Lorenzo Cain.
Center field, number 16.
And Brent Suter's going to come into the game to pitch here.
Now pitching for the Brewers.
The Raptor, as he is known in the clubhouse. Always keeping it light there.
Now it's
Great person to have in that clubhouse, that is for sure. Orlando Arcia is going to make his appearance into this game. He's going to go take over at shortstop. Luis Torrens is going to come in to hit here for the Padres in the top of the 9th. So he'll face off against the lefty, Brett Suter. And Suter's going to start him off with a changeup that's followed off for a strike. Brett Suter's not going to overpower anyone. He'll be the first one to tell you that too, but he will work quick, and he's going to find the spot to put that ball. Just get people off balanced, and just try to get some guys to put the ball in play and have the defense do the rest of the work. Comes in, and there's 1-2 to follow. Matt Suter came back last season after Tommy John surgery. Shortened his 2018 campaign. He was pitching really well. He's a great lefty pitcher in that rotation for the Brewers. And then had to undergo Tommy John. It was a big blow not only for the team from a baseball perspective, but as we said, as he gets the strikeout in the outside corner on the first out of the inning. But he's just a good morale guy. He's a good guy in the dugout who gets people going. He keeps it loose, keeps everyone loose. You know, he's gonna bring a lot of energy to a clubhouse, and that's what he brings. That's a very valuable thing to bring to a team. You know, if you're in a losing streak, you got guys like him who can make sure that you're staying loose, you're not pressing too hard, and when you're in a good winning streak or you got a team that's running pretty hot, you know, keep you grounded a little bit, make sure you're not pressing too hard, putting too much pressure on yourself to keep the success going. He's a good guy to have in there. It's great to see that he's bounced back after the Tommy John surgery, and he's back pitching here today as he's 2-2 on Trent Grisham, the former Brewer. There's a little chopper in front of the mound. Suter's guy is going to make a quick turn, and that's not going to be enough to get the speedy Grisham as he's safe at first.
Up next for the Padres,
Grisham's a very fast guy. I've always said he's basically like Lorenzo Cain was back in 2010. So he's going to be a player to watch for many years, and kind of in a similar situation where the Brewers trade somebody that has a very high upside and good speed demon, a good center fielder. There's a chopper to third base. That's going to be Sogard. He's going to get the out at first. Get the second one. No chance of getting the double play. And there's 2 outs here in the 9th. That's not Sogard anymore.
The left fielder.
Don't know who that is. But Sogard was the last person I know who played third, so I'm going to say it was him. That might have been Urias. Not positive, though. As Jorge Ona is going to step up to the plate here for the Padres here in the 9th. Low 1-0. That Suter, he's all business. He's going to get that ball and he's going to work. He wants to go as fast as he can. He's going to keep the batters a little off balance. Kind of ruins their timing a little bit. Some guys like that quick pace. Some guys, they want to take their time and turn over an hourglass onto the plate, and they'll step in and be ready when that thing's out of sand. That's their approach. But now when Suter's up there, you better be ready to hit, because he's ready to throw. This is the 2-0.
Count
2-1. Grisham over at second. And here's the 2-1. Swing, gonna pop up. Looks like gonna run back. Basically right fielder ball, but you know what? He says, I got it. No worries, guys. Got nothing else going on, so go and get that third out for you. Last call for the Brewers coming up here in the 9th.
Ladies and gentlemen, your attention.
Jose Castillo is going to come in and
now pitching for
pitch the last inning here for the Padres.
Number 65, Jose Castillo.
He'll be throwing one game here for the Padres in spring training.
Pinch hitting for the Brewers.
And Jed Jerko is going to get a chance at the plate here for the Brewers in the bottom of the 9th. Take a strike. 0-1.
0-1.
Jed Jerko, journeyman, he's just going to provide some depth for the Brewers here in the infield. He's going to be a bench player, come in key situations, give some guys some breaks, some off days, but probably don't expect him to be an everyday player. He'll probably be
1-1.
just in there for the key situations, like I said. So he takes a ball up there, 1-1. Just a good veteran presence. That's kind of what the Brewers need. They kind of need some of these veteran guys. We got some young, with Arcia and Urias, they're young guys. And if you can bring in a guy who can be a little leadership for that infield, then you're going to be in good shape. Here's the 1-2 to Gurko. That's going to be up 2-2. Castillo doesn't like that one, just wants to know where that one is. Play ump's like, yeah, just roll up. What do you want? No, it's hot out here. He wants to get going too. And he's wearing black. He's in the shade now, but he's probably got a lot of sweatiness going on. As Jerko fouls one off. Count remains 2-2. Nope, showing off his arm once again. Throw that one back to the pitcher himself. Oh, and a low pitch there for called strike 3, and Jerko not liking that one at all.
Your attention, please.
And that's going to be the first out of the inning.
Number 15, Taylor.
Tyrone Taylor, that's going to make a pinch hit appearance here in the ninth. A young prospect the Brewers are looking forward to seeing at the big leagues in here. And maybe not this year, but maybe in the years to come. As he fouls that one off, it's going to be 0-1. That's going to be up there 1-1. So I want to thank everyone who is maybe still watching. I doubt anyone's watching. I think I'm the only one kind of just checking in on this now. But like I said, I'm going to keep doing this. I don't care. It's going to just be something, and if it catches on, great. If it doesn't, great. This is just how I can pass the time at home. 2-2 here on Taylor. Well, know a lot about. I'll give you updates on transactions that happen. Hopefully cooler things happen when the games get into the regular season. Yeah, we'll kind of go through this journey together. We'll see what happens. I'll thank everyone who checked it out to start with, and it was ball 4, and Taylor's going to get on base here. So yeah, we'll just see what happens. I'm not really going to do this to try to get to monetize it or anything like that. This is really just a fun adventure for me, and we're gonna see what happens.
Your attention, please. In hitting for the Brewers, number 61, Mark Mathias.
All right, another pinch here to Mark Mathias. Going to take a stab at it, and he's going to fly one out to right field. Feels him get under that one. Oh, and almost lost it in the sun, but he tracks it down for the second out of the inning.
Now batting, left field.
Probably reconsider his eyeglasses choice. Maybe have some sunglasses on. That'd probably be a good choice.
Number 12, Justin.
Yeah, that's going to bring up the switch hitting Justin Smoke. Brewers down to their final out of the game, and he's going to take a strike on the outside corner, 0-1.
0-1's the count.
And smokes that one into the gap, and that's going to do some damage there. Smoke all the way to the wall. That's going to score Taylor, and Smoke has a 2-out RBI double. So the Brewers get their second hit of the game. And it's an RBI double by Smoke.
Now batting, first baseman, Ryan.
Piece of hitting, nice little swing, drives it all the way to that gap. And a little confidence booster there.
Attention, please.
Now pitching for the Padres.
And that's going to bring in Kirby Yates.
Kirby Yates.
Try to get that final out of the game for the Padres. Ryan Healy is going to get his fourth at-bat of the game here. 2 outs in the ninth. And runner on second. He's going to take a ball up for 1-0. Here's the 1-0. Swing and a miss, 1-1. Couldn't lay off that high strike. That wasn't even a strike. Couldn't lay off that high fastball. So those ones, they look good when they're coming in, but once you start swinging, you know you're beat. Here's the 1-1. Inside, 2-1. Check swing, but it didn't go, so it's 3-1. Brewers not going down without a fight here. 2 outs, runner on second. A 3-1 count here. Just looking to get some base runners. You never know. Bring that time run to the plate. See what happens. Swing and a miss. Strike 2, full count. And the Brewers down to their final strike. And a high fastball he chased after there. Didn't look like he was anywhere close to hitting it either. Swing and a miss. And the Brewers go down 7-4 here to the Padres in their second spring training game. Good showing by the Brewers. Only got 2 hits, but there are 2 pretty good hits. Hero with the 3-run bomb, Smack with the double. We'll see if they can build off of some momentum. It's all about kind of getting used to the game and getting back into the swing of things. Got a lot of spring training games coming up, so nothing to be worried about just yet. Well, that's your final from Arizona here. I don't know what city. Probably Scottsdale, because that's where the Brewers play their spring training games. But it's going to be the Padres taking this one 7-4. Everyone's still in the dugout. A little amazed that they lost, but I don't know why they're that concerned. It's a spring training game. They'll be fine. That's it here from the ballpark. I don't know what's going to happen after this. There's the final stats and everything.
The final line
but that's going to do it for us
afternoon's
here. Thanks for joining, everyone. Hope you enjoyed what you saw here. Like I said, I'll find ways to probably make this more entertaining. I was just trying to do a full game, see how long it took. Looks like it takes about an hour and a half, so that's not bad. And we'll see what happens going forward. But thanks, everyone, for whoever is still watching. I don't think anyone's watching. That's not the point.
Joining us here this afternoon.
Have a good one, everyone.